Hey everyone, it's Gamefruitpulp and welcome back to another Minecraft Building Toronto video. Today I'm excited to go over a new video with you guys, a new building that we've recently completed, and a first on our rapidly growing Building Toronto map. Before we jump into the details of today's build, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button to be sure to catch content coming out in the future, and I hope that you guys enjoy. Today we're going to be going over Toronto Firehouse or Fire Station 332. It is apparently the busiest fire station in Toronto, although I couldn't find any stats to actually prove that from anything more recent than 2007. But it's definitely a bustling house, lots of trucks and vehicles affiliated to it. So we're going to be going over that today, as well as some of the details of what we did on the map to try and, or on the build to try and make it realistic and stand out. Normally a build like this we'd be using the replay mod. Today we're not going to be doing that just because the interior is very compact. We tried to make the interior realistic, and because of that, as a result, it wouldn't really work with the replay mod. I thought it would be best to just sort of fly through the build piece by piece and sort of make sure we don't miss anything. But before we jump into the details of our build, I just want to go over the details of the real life build. So as I mentioned, we're looking at Firehouse 332. It's located at 260 Adelaide Street West. It was built in 1971 and has a brutalist style. I had to look up what brutalist was because I had never heard of it before. It was an architectural style that was prominent in the 1960s to 1970s as a result of the trend in the 1960s of these glass curtain, glass wall skyscrapers, like you do see more of in this area there, where the entire building is made of glass and there's no real architectural design done through concrete or stone or anything like that. So this was basically the pendulum swinging the other way, going from all glass to almost all concrete in a very, I guess, brutalist style, but in a way that's it stands out. It's very odd looking, and learning a little bit about brutalist style through the research for this build, you do notice that other builds in the city that stand out with a similar style. The station, like I said, was built in 1971 and has a slogan of "The show must go on," paying homage to the fact that it is tucked in to the entertainment district. There's actually plans to move this fire station just south to Metro Hall, which I don't want to look at because it's currently being built, but plans to move it into Metro Hall in the future and replace this area with affordable housing and high-rise condo tower. There is quite a few different vehicles associated to this building, and the building is the South Command Office for Toronto Fire, meaning that it manages the 22 stations that are part of the South Command. As for the vehicles that are housed at this fire station, there's personal transport number 1, which is a 2011 Ford E250 XL Super Duty, which is basically like a long RV looking thing. I don't think we have one here. We don't, and we don't have the fire trucks we have here aren't 100% accurate. There's an aerial fire truck in the station on our version of the map, and that doesn't exist on the real world version, but we thought that it was a good thing to have. Sorry, the personal transport's just a van. The next one is the one that looks like an RV, and that's command number 30, and that's a 2012 Freightliner MT55. So that's the one that looks like a RV, and that would go to any sort of major fire scene, like a 3-alarm, 4-alarm, 5-alarm fire, a fully involved fire. You'd probably have that command center there. For most of the calls that Toronto Fire responds to, the majority of them are medical assist calls, based on my research for this video. From the article I found in 2007 about this firehouse, it said that over 50% of their calls at that time were medical assist calls, meaning that they would go to a call with ambulance and assist them in doing the first aid. Obviously, for a call like that, you don't need to have the command 30 there. Additionally, there's Platoon Chief 30. We do have that car here. It is a 2015 Chevrolet Tahoe. Again, the smaller the vehicle, the harder it is for us to replicate in Minecraft. So here's our Chevy Tahoe. And then the District Chief 33 is also here. That would be another Chevy Tahoe, and that's demonstrated here on the road as the vehicle driving away. As for the actual fire trucks, there is 2 fire trucks that are at the station full time, and then based on some pictures that I've seen of the station, it looks like there's some other ones housed there as well, but the only ones I could find on the actual Toronto site our Pumper 332, which is the 2013 Spartan ERV Metro Star, as well as High Rise 33, which is a hazmat support unit, and that is a 2018 Spartan Metro Star LFD with an 18-foot walk-in. So the two pumpers, the pumper and the hazmat unit, I have here and in there, tucked in, and then as well I have another pumper truck and an aerial that I built. Sorry, I have two pumper trucks and an aerial. These are Crafty Fox designs. If you don't follow Crafty Fox and you're looking for vehicles or trains, I highly recommend you follow him. I took his design for all the vehicles here and then changed the color scheme to better match the city of Toronto with the dark red and then the orange stripe. I couldn't find a good red that matched that had stairs. I thought red nether brick was the closest we got, so that's what I did. And that really covers all of the info I could find on the build, which was surprising. When I was researching this build, I expected to find a lot more info than what I found, but you get what you get, and you don't get upset. So I built the exterior of this building. I did all the exterior details. Starbound and I split up the duties on the interior, and I'll go over basically everything to the left here. Star did everything to the right. I did, so we're going to be going over that as well. I did the road details and the parking lot. I'm kind of happy with how this turned out. I wasn't really sure how to demonstrate this, but basically in front of most fire stations and ambulance stations in Toronto, they have this little hashed mark on the roadway just to symbolize not to stay there, because if you're stuck in traffic and then a fire truck needs to come out and you're blocking the roadway, then they're stuck. I did an interesting, we got to fix some of this actually from doing the interior, but we did an interesting exterior here with the, as you can see, with these walls, kind of glitching them with the debug stick in a way to provide some detail that I think adequately demonstrated what the build looked like. Because the build is sort of like this grooved concrete style that you see very often in builds that we can't, it's very difficult for us to replicate. So I was pretty happy with our results here. Obviously it does require, it's going to require some maintenance because every time you place a block inside, the exterior gets a little bit jank, but that's okay. Swinging around to the back is a parking lot. It looks like at some point a few years ago, they drove the fire trucks in from this way, drove them through, opened the back door and drove them right in. As far as I can tell, they don't do that anymore, and the back is sort of used as employee parking. So that's what we have demonstrated here. And then I put a lot of effort into trying to make sure the back details were super accurate. So the placements of the lighting, the chimneys, that kind of stuff. The roof details were accurate as far as I can tell. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. This was a style that I had never built in. I kind of challenged myself to build this, and I'm happy with how that turned out. So walking into the fire station here, we have a couple doors up as the units respond to a call, and then we have the sort of supply pipes. I don't really know what they're supplying, but I saw them in the only photo we could find, dropping down to the vehicles in the garage. As we navigate our way through the garage around the trucks that are not responding to the call, we have a little sort of hangout area for the firefighters. This is sort of based loosely off of, I personally watched the show Chicago Fire, and in the show Chicago Fire, in their station, they have a little place for the squad team to hang out, which is like the specialized rescue team. So this was sort of my thought process on this area of the map. Moving into here, we have the storage area where the firefighters store all their goods, and here would be all their supplies, their oxygen tanks. This was the best I could think of for the oxygen tanks. And then their uniforms here are all lined up individually with their helmets above on the shelf, and then some more oxygen tanks over here. Exiting that area, going back into the general, the garage area, we'll navigate our way through to the other side, where we will find a lot of Star's great work. So this is the living quarters of the firefighters. Obviously, for those of you who don't know, firefighters live at the station while they're on duty, because you never know when a call comes in for them to respond to. So they're basically all hanging out here, sleeping here, eating here, when they're not answering calls. So here we have just the like reception area. That's, again, all this area is built by Starbound. You walk in here, just a little like storage area, and then the general quarters. We have a fish tank in here. A nice kitchen. Starbound did a great job with these interiors. A nice kitchen in here. A little sort of TV room area. This is an exit door to the outside. Then you move into this, and this is this little storage area here. More exit doors outside. These are all accurate as much as I could find off of Google Maps. Nice couch with the cushions. I like that little effect there. And then you go through the kitchen. It goes into the storage room, where you have the garbage cans, compost, that kind of stuff, and then our stairs to the second floor. Second floor is where you'll find a few more office areas, some sleeping quarters that Star built, a common area washroom, which leads into a shower. Again, all very well done by Star. And then out into this common area, you find a few more sort of living areas, living spaces. And lastly, this area here with some more sleeping quarters. And then we'll move up into the interior portion that I built up here. So you go up the stairs to this part. And my thought behind this was more of like a common area again, some places to sit, as well as some office space and some sleeping quarters, and then the meeting room up here. And this is way bigger than you would need, but my thought is if there's a command center in the building, it would probably have a command room, something like this, where all the sort of senior fire officers can meet and discuss whatever fire officers would discuss. And then a boardroom here with like a chalkboard for them to discuss. I haven't, truth be told, there were no interiors photos of this other than the garage, and the only sort of reference point I had was watching like Chicago Fire and other Chicago shows, other firefighting shows on TV. So when I was trying to do my part of the interior, I was trying to base it loosely off of that. So my thought was like, this is where they would do like their sort of shift meeting before they start work. And then in here, there's a mixture of living quarters as well as office space. Here's like one of the captain's offices where he has his living quarters and then like a little office, and then some more sitting areas. And then the only other part to go over is the mechanical room on the next floor. And I believe to get there, you just go straight through. No, I don't know how to get to the, there is no way to get to the mechanical room right now. So we'll just toss that in right now. Let's grab ourselves a quick door. And there you go. And this is how you get through the mechanical room. A little bit jank, but it is what it is. And then you come up these stairs. There's a little sort of area there. There's a little storage area that is not currently in use. And then we come up to the mechanical room. And then I forgot to put a pressure plate down, but we'll do that now. So this is some of the machines that I tried to sort of have the chimneys on the roof come down into a machine here, like sort of like a central air conditioning unit or something. And then you come out here and then you get your roof view. Nice view of the Shangri-La Hotel, Metro Hall, Bacon's Ducks, graffitied all over our map. And that's really that. That's all there is to this build. Not too crazy of a build, but one I wanted to showcase mainly because I feel like I should showcase the buildings that I contribute to, and also that it's the first fire station we have on the map. So things are coming to life. Fires are fired. We can say that the district chief is responding to that call at Scotia Plaza. Maybe that's what he's going to with the breaker room that exploded. But let me know what you think about this build. I hope you enjoyed seeing my showcase of it. My plan is for the next build that I do on the channel, it'll be like one of those speed builds where I'll pick a more insignificant build on the city, something I can complete in a few hours, and build that with a little bit of montage stuff. But if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you're a returning viewer, be sure to leave a like and share the channel with some of your friends. If you're looking for more ways to get involved on the Toronto map, you can check us out. It's hosted on a public server. The IP is toronto.aneasycraft.net. It's in the description down below, since you probably don't know how to spell Aneasycraft. And if you're looking for other ways to join and get involved in the community, I have a community Discord as well as a Patreon and a merch page. All those links will also be in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I really appreciate your support on the channel and of this project. My name is Gamefruitpulp, and I'll catch you guys all next time. Have a good one.